We've met several times.
Oh, exactly, but...
My name is Hon Dickson T. I represent Makodi Goma Federal Constituency. I'm from Benue State.
Okay, sir, we are looking at the issue of the killings or attack on the people of Benue State by Fulani herdsmen. We know this has been on for a very long time, but the recent one is just alarming that over 300 persons were slaughtered like chicken in a particular community in Agatu local government. And a few days after, as if that was not enough, 40 persons again were killed in Gambiti local government. And the attacks are still ongoing. Where do we go from here, sir?
Yeah, the attacks are still ongoing. If you recall, a few days back, members of the Benue Caucus in the National Assembly had a press conference where we drew the attention of the world to what's happening in Benue State, the killings that has been happening in Benue State since 2012. That thing did not start today. The Fulani invasion of Benue State started far back as 2012. And the reason why it has continued unabated is because government has not taken responsibility for what's happening. Government has not made any effort to nip these issues in the bud. Government has not been able to protect lives and property in Benue State, which is the primary responsibility of every responsible government. Government has not even been able to provide even succor for those who are displaced in our villages. The people of Benue are basically farmers. Farming is our mainstay in our various communities. We're only farmers. We have no land to donate for any grazing. And then farmers, herdsmen come in our communities, they rape our women, they kill our men and children, and then they take over our farmlands. You mentioned Agatu. There was Goma. Before Agatu, there was Gwe West. Before Agatu, there was Logo. Before Agatu, there was Kasnala. Before Agatu, there was Kwandi. Before Agatu. As I speak to you, we have attacks going on in Buruku local government and Taka local government. And the aim of our press conference was basically to draw the attention of the government and say, hey, are we supposed to be defending ourselves or what? Because government has not been able to do anything for us. We just came back from Benue State yesterday, where we went as members of the House to donate relief materials to the governor of Benue State, so that these materials can go around. A whole lot of people are displaced. This is our farming season. These people come during farming season when we are cultivating. They will not allow us to cultivate in our farms, and then they come during harvest to destroy our crops for the food field that have been able to cultivate. This is a huge, huge challenge, and government must wake up to the responsibility. And what is the responsibility of the government? The responsibility of any reasonable or any government is to protect lives and property. Fulani herdsmen go around with guns instead of the normal sticks that we know them as pastoralists. It's a very dangerous situation. I don't think that anybody should be allowed to carry arms for any pastoral reason. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. I think this herdsmen thing is actually becoming an issue, because if you look at it, something Miati, the Fulani Association, has come out severally to say, no, we are not the ones that actually, been attacking you people. That there have been other insinuations that you hear these people speaking French and, other languages that their communities. And we, the media, have even had the cause of meeting with some of your heads, clan heads. But then, what have you been able to get out of all these allegations? Is it truly the Fulani herdsmen of Nigeria, or you have outsiders who have invaded in form of, a kind of mini terrorism, like what is going on in the northeast? What can you really make out of this?
Yeah, first and foremost, you raised the issue of Miyetti Allah. I don't know where you got that from, but a few days back, I read in the social media that the president or a representative of the Miyetti Allah came out to suggest that why they attack Agatu. They admitted, yes, they did the attack, and why they attacked Agatu was because one report said 10,000 of their cows were killed some time back, and then another report said because one Ardo, Fulani chief, was kidnapped sometime in 2003, and the man has not been seen. That's why they attacked Agatu in 2016. And what does that tell you? It only tells you the irresponsibility that is our government of today. Because, I mean, if foreigners, as you insinuate, come into this country, we have an agency called Nigeria Immigration. It's their responsibility to continue to discourage those who come into our country illegally and deport them back to their countries. All we know is that pastoral cattle is a Fulani vocation. Wait, please call this. Immigration. Yeah, so it's the duty of the immigration people, the police, the army, the custom people to ensure that illegal immigrants don't come into this country. People just migrate from within West Africa, Mali, Senegal, and come into Nigeria. And in any case, we don't know that. I'm not saying that these people are foreigners. All we know is that we know the Fulani is cattle pasturing, so we all believe that these are all Fulanis. And in any case, they use that same platform to come into our communities. So we believe that it's Fulani, and it's the responsibility of government, just like I said, to ensure that we don't have external forces coming into Nigeria to kill Nigerians and go free. Government has not been able to prosecute one individual since 2012. One person, one headsman has not been arrested. With all the over 2,000 killings that have gone on since that time, with billions of properties destroyed, no one person, no one single individual has been prosecuted that this has happened. The government has armed cattle rustlers in Katsina, in Kano, in Sokoto, and everywhere to stop cattle rustlers. Meanwhile, these are rustlers. These people are killing human beings in our farmlands, destroying our crops. We don't have any livelihood than farming, and the crops we depend on. The mainstay of our economy is farming. Now, people cannot farm, and this is farming seasons. We have been invaded by other people. Government has not sent enough troops. Just last week, when INEC was to conduct a one-day election, government sent 20,000 soldiers to Rivers State. Government has not been able to send one soldier in Agatu, in Goma, in Buruku, where people are being killed for over a stretch of 5 years.
Okay, but having outlined all these problems, what is the way forward? Because I know that before now, in the 7th Assembly,
we have always said, I know where we.
have brought in bills.
I have a bill on ranching.
On, I mean, this grazing thing. What do you think is the way forward? Because should we continue having Fulani men moving from one place or one community to another, even with the security challenges we are, experiencing at the moment? Because it's unimaginable to just wake up in the morning and you find a stranger just behind your house, all in the name of herdsmen, and then the next day people are being killed and you can't just tell who and why. Should we continue to have this, people moving from one place to another with all these challenges, security challenges we're experiencing right now?
First and foremost, when grazing routes and grazing reserves were created in 1935, in 1958, Nigerian population was 35 million. We are 180, if not 200 million people. There has been an explosion. Some of these areas have been taken over by cities. Cities have grown over some of these things. Are you going to tell those people to move away from those who break their houses and disappear for cattle? It's not possible. So you can't even be talking about grazing areas now. What is done conventionally across the globe is ranching. Cattle rearing is a business. People ranch their cattle, buy your land and ranch your cattle and do your business so that the farmer will farm in his own portion of land. That was why the first thing I did when I came to the National Assembly was I brought a bill on ranching. That everybody should ranch their cattle, buy a piece of land and ranch your cattle. That's the only solution to this problem. Because there is no way you can go back to grazing routes or grazing areas. Which land will you use to give to Fulanis for grazing? And which one will the farmers use? So there's no reason why we should go back to grazing areas or grazing routes. It's not going to happen. Some of the grazing routes that I looked at have been overtaken by the population. People are settled all over across this. Are you going to displace these people? Where are you going to take them before you settle cattle grazing? Let me give you an example. There was a grazing reserve in Kafanchan that was created at the same time with these people. The Fulanis who came into that place have turned into a city. That area that was carved out for grazing area and built houses is an estate right now. It's like a city. They are living there. Meanwhile, they have moved from that place to graze in other places that were not designated for grazing. That's what's happening. So what do? There's no way you can create grazing areas in the present day Nigeria where most of our places have been urbanized. Except you don't want farmers to cultivate. Government is talking about diversifying the economy into agriculture. How do you diversify this economy into agriculture when the farmer does not have the right to go to his farm and farm and plant his crop during planting season? So the only solution is ranching. There's nowhere in the world where you allow cattle to just roam around in cities, on highways, causing accidents, and then killing people. It's never done. So the solution is ranching. Everybody who wants to do cattle business, it's a business. It's not a community service. It's a business. It's an investment. People should be able to invest properly in it by buying land and ranching their cattle. That's the only solution to this crisis. There's no any other way out. Thank you very much.
Okay, but we need it.